Welcome to Was It Good, the podcast that talks about whatever we want to talk about. I'm your host, Arjuna, joined by my two brothers, Ravi and Krishna. What's up, guys?
What's up, Doc?
What's up? What's going on? Live pod. You know how rare these are?
Live?
Oh, live in person.
Or
in
live?
In person. Yeah.
Do it live.
We were going to do this live, and then that's a lot of
It
work.
took us 2 hours to set up anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
And
that's
live is
because-
just a whole other element.
Well, it's because, I'm particular, and it's still not perfect.
It's true. It'll never be perfect. Once you hit perfect, then you're done. And you don't want to be done.
The best part is this is like our third or fourth iteration of the podcast. And when we were coming back, we talked about, we just want to make it easy,
And
lo-fi,
simple.
and simple.
Yeah.
And then today happened. And we did
Lo-fi.
it.
This is pretty lo-fi.
Really?
I mean, let's be honest. How much
for us.
color correcting do you think I'm going to do on? Like, I may forget to even like take it out of what's known as S-log, which is the flat picture profile. And I just may leave it that. And then
And
put it
therefore,
out and be like, here you
lo-fi.
go. This flat, boring looking image.
I like
Enjoy.
it. I like it. This is a podcast, not a, TV show. So
Speaking of TV and flat and boring, our first topic for today is going to be reality television.
Wow.
Specifically, a very popular summer show, Love Island. Love Island USA, actually, is the show I wanted to chat with you guys about. And reality television in general, right? I think we can kind of get into the philosophy of reality TV. But we are taping this on Saturday, July 12th. Tomorrow is the Love Island USA season finale, where the winning couple will be voted on. And you both have had some exposure to Love Island USA. I'm curious.
against our will.
I'm
the
curious,
record.
Ravi, we'll start with you. What is your experience with Love Island, reality television, and your thoughts in general?
Well, as you were giving that somewhat well put together opening monologue,
Thanks.
We're siblings. I can never ever tell you you're doing a good job. That's really fucked up. That's just how that works. But it occurred to me that reality TV, right? On paper is supposed to be catching people in the act.
Sure.
People just doing things in quote reality, and it's like this raw, uncut thing. And then I was like thinking, wait, we're doing a podcast. And to your point earlier of like, we want to make it as simple as possible and like putting it out. Are podcasts not now the new true like reality thing?
Yeah, but I think just like reality,
It's very tailored.
it's tailored. There's a performance art to it.
Yes.
Even us, like
Yes.
we are brothers. We talk all the time, but we have our performance hats,
course.
right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how we like interact in a podcast versus how we actually interact in real life. And it's similar, but it's not exactly the same. And I think reality television has gone even a step further, right? So a show like Love Island, for example, has been going on for so many years now that people kind of tailor themselves to fit
Yeah.
the show and also like win the game, right? Reality television is gamified in some way, shape, or form. There's some type
Right.
of prize.
You're right.
There's some type of thing that you're seeking, right? Which is the financial prize, but there's also like the
Social media
the
clout
social
now?
media clout,
Yeah,
right? You're
right,
becoming
yeah.
influencers. You're
Yeah.
getting all these brand deals and stuff. So
Yep.
it is interesting when you kind of look at a show like Love Island or any of these shows, even like the competition shows themselves, right?
Right.
People that go on American Idol don't necessarily like need to win or even want to win because they don't want to actually be locked into a specific recording contract.
So then reality TV is both reality TV and game show?
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's funny too because reality TV, just like everything else, has gone through such an interesting evolution. So think about like the MTV days, like Big Brother or the Flavor Flav show. All of that early reality
Wait,
TV.
what was the Flavor Flav show? Was it just
I think it was him like dating a bunch of women, right?
Right.
I don't know. I never
watched
watched it.
Yeah, I didn't
but
either.
it was. I know he was on
Krishna
one of the
definitely
Big
watched
Brother celebrity.
Right, and it was like a
shows.
spin-off?
Spin-off?
of that or
and I think
something?
he was so entertaining that they.
Didn't they also do like a spin-off? I remember with like one of the Brady Bunch kids was on one of those.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just a celebrity Big Brother show thing.
Oh, honestly, I'm not
The
gonna lie.
Celebrity Big Brother is a thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or like they do
Yeah.
celebrity,
I
a lot of
think-
celebrities on Big Brother.
I think there was one season of Celebrity Big Brother where it was the Brady Bunch kid, Flavor Flav, and then do you remember Drago's wife from Rocky IV? They were all in one season together, plus a bunch of other people. Vanilla Ice, maybe. It was wild. Peak reality television. That's like what you want
So
to see.
you watched that?
So it was like during the summer, or maybe after school. Yeah, it was on. You were bored, right? So you would throw it on. But back to the original point. I remember watching sort of like behind the scenes on reality shows, and I forget where or how, but the casting for reality television is they're looking for the most unhinged and sort of fragile people because it's going to make the best television. Also, just the act of throwing a camera on is going to change behavior. It doesn't matter what format. Like you said, even on a podcast where it's us three, right? As soon as that camera comes on,
your
behavior changes.
Yeah.
I think the only true, the hidden camera shows, that's probably the closest you'll get to like capturing people candidly or in the moment.
But you have to still somewhat, especially in reality TV shows, you have to still make them aware.
I think you can do it after the fact for certain things. It's a gray area for sure.
I will say, the casting thing is interesting because Love Island USA specifically this season has been called out for their casting practices. They've had 2 Islanders who have been removed from the villa because of previous social media posts that came out that had derogatory.
It got so big, terms. I saw it on my timeline. Which is
and then there was even a third Islander who was voted out naturally, but also had posts that came out. So they have committed. They released a statement or like a report that came out that said they're overhauling their kind of casting processes for that show in particular. More vetting, right? I think.
Wait, do you think they knew?
Yeah. I was just gonna say.
I think they knew?
Yeah. Is it possible that they saw this and like this will come up and this is getting eyeballs on the show?
No, because I do think that they removed them pretty quickly in terms of when that stuff came out, which means they didn't want that stuff. They also didn't they didn't make it a big deal in the show. They actually tried to underplay.
Yeah, was it just
it.
like a title card that's like blah blah?
It's just
it
was literally
reasons.
The narrator. It comes back from commercial break, and the narrator is like, "Islander X has left the villa," and that's it, right? And they're not even allowed to really talk about it like the other Islanders.
I know, but still, I feel this does feel like somebody knew. Like somebody knew
possibly
what they were doing because again, this also ended up my timeline is like a lot of the commentary was how dare the show not make it a big deal? Why aren't they actually talking about this? Why aren't the other Islanders talking about it?
So part of the premise of Love Island is you go to a getaway and you're completely disconnected from the world.
You're isolated. Arjuna?
Yeah, so they have no access to. They give them actual phones, but it's only like phones to take photos with, text each other,
and producers
write notes, and then they are texted results of like polls and stuff. It has no actual access to the internet or anything outside. So when they pulled both of these Islanders, they didn't tell them like, "Hey, this is what's going on." They were just like, this person's been removed because something came up.
Gotcha.
And that's it. That's the only information that they're given.
So it's basically like Big Brother meets a fancy island.
Pretty much. Because they don't want them to be influenced by what people are saying online either. Now, they can surmise some of that stuff based off of the voting. Like, hey, we're a popular couple. People like us. Hey, we're not so popular. We're on the bottom all the time. Which is actually quite fascinating watching this show because some people at least claim to be they're looking for love, right? So we're like, I don't really care. I feel it with you. While other people are like, America hates us. There must be something wrong with us, right? Because there are people that are probably there to win the money. I think everybody's there to win the money in some way, shape, or form and looking for the clout. But it is interesting to see kind of the psychology of it all, where people are like, what is more important? The actual like feelings you feel for this person or like what people are saying on the outside, what people are also saying within this kind of nucleus with all these other Islanders and people.
Producers.
The producers, but also the other Islanders, right? Because you're all basically dating each other.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to also think of the dynamics of like, hey, I'm dating you, but am I actually dating you because I like you? Am I dating you because I want to stay? Am I dating you because I want to win the money? Am I dating you because I just want to like fuck you?
It reminds me,
because that's part of it. Like, people are just like
horny.
It's trying to be our microcosm of like the real world, right?
Sure.
But the thing is, it's like instead of maybe in the real world where you can have a one night stand and never see that person again,
you're stuck on this.
You're kind of you're stuck with these people, for X amount of time. So it is fascinating.
It's like dating your coworker.
Yeah,
or like
that kind of
with a coworker.
Right?
You know?
Yeah, exactly. There are the consequences.
Do they get paid? Like I know there's the grand prize, but do they get paid in general for this?
So it depends on the show. So I don't know specifically for Love Island. but typically for reality shows, if you like for Survivor, for example,
Yeah.
I think anybody that makes the jury gets X amount of money, and then I think people that come in like second and third place get a smaller pot. Than
You
the,
watch
like,
a lot of
$1 million.
reality TV.
I only watch Survivor and Love Island. That's it.
Still quite a bit, especially when I can. How many weeks is Love Island?
So many.
Like this USA is like 30. This is like 35
Holy
days, 35
shit.
to 6
So it's
episodes.
35
I only
weeks?
actually started halfway through the season. Sahara watched the whole thing, and we used to watch.
Wait,
Love
so when did
Island.
this thing start? This current season,
May, June.
and then
that's
it's
not
gonna
that
be
long ago.
June.
It's finishes tomorrow.
So it's 2
Oh,
months.
it's only 2 months.
It's weekend, month and a
Wait,
half.
how do they do? It's only so it's 35 episodes.
It's like
or?
35, and
So
it's
it's like
like
2 a
five,
week?
it's like 5 episodes a
It's too.
week.
It's too much.
Oh, 5
Oh,
episodes.
so it's like daily.
Yeah, it's a daily show.
It's too much. It's too much
It's,
content.
it's just very easy to
Go
just
touch
throw it
grass.
on and not really pay attention.
Do you watch any like recap YouTubers or anything?
No.
You should become a Love Island recap
yeah.
YouTuber.
You should have a podcast called,
Arjuna watches Love Island. That should be the pod
but it should be
name.
in a fake British accent, like we were discussing.
There's a
last
lot
night.
of Love Island
There is.
podcasts, but they're mostly hosted by former Love Island contestants.
Yeah, so we get an
Wow.
outside
So
perspective.
really, if you want to you just got breaking that. You just breaking the Love Island ecosystem, and you're set for life.
Pretty much.
No, it's honestly so many of these like ex reality stars.
Yeah.
Start podcasts. Like the biggest one I can think of is a British guy named Chris Williamson. You've probably seen podcast clips from him. He's like the manosphere space. He was on, and I forget which one. I want to say
Big Brother?
no. I don't think it was Big Brother. It might have been Love Island, UK. It might have been. But he's like one of the biggest podcasters in the world.
Yeah.
He's been on like he's had like a bunch of people on his show who are like
I mean, it's
top-notch.
just another career path in terms of becoming famous, right?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
reality television.
It's
I'm
social clout.
Are we
Social
still?
clout's the word.
Do we still consider
phrase.
being famous a career path?
For many people,
yes.
yes.
It's a way to make money,
Yeah.
branding and all this
The,
shit.
the branding, the
You're gonna
the
sell your
cloud, all that
supplements
stuff,
line,
the podcast
sure, your
deals, all that
ebooks.
stuff.
So you both.
Membership.
I went through a phase where I was watching Love Is Blind on Netflix.
Yeah.
I would say like
Excuse me?
yeah, I used to watch Love Is Blind, and I because it was the same idea of this like show where
Easy.
you're you're matching up with people.
Yeah, but
and
Love
then-
is so. Explain to the audience and to Krishna what Love Is Blind.
I'll be
is.
quite honest with you. I'm kind of forgetting the structure
Okay, so
of the thing.
the premise of the show is you're put into these pods.
That's it, the pod thing.
And
yeah, thank
you are talking.
You can't see.
You are facelessly talking to someone.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
hear their voice, and then you talk, and then you have to commit to them.
Yeah.
And then once you commit, you meet them.
Yep. And then you
And-
go to some resort and you spend a week together.
So
And then you decide if you're going to get married or not. Essentially.
Yeah.
So last week there was a I was on
Casting
YouTube.
call?
There was a short. Yeah. There was a short, and it was Love Is Blind and Deaf. And so it's the same idea, but they can't speak, and it's just vibes. And so it's just them writing in their journal, and you can read what they're writing and hear their thoughts. And the girl's like, "Oh yeah, we're vibing so hard. I think he's the one. I wonder what color teeth he has." The guy's like, "Oh man, she is so overbearing. Like they're not talking or or hearing each other. They're just vibing, which is hilarious."
the funniest one though with Love Is Blind, there was one season where a girl she got roasted for it. We all see ourselves how we want to see ourselves, and that's fine. I'm not trying to body shame, whatever. Where she said that she was like a Megan Fox.
Okay, for sure.
I can see it in the face for sure, but like the guy that she matched with
Did not see it.
did not see it that way.
Whoops.
See, that is one of the the
Yeah.
hardest parts I would say for Love Is Blind, because I've seen a few episodes when they finally meet, and
It's cringe.
It can be really cringe because
so
people
bad.
like you don't know what that person looks like, and if you're like,
So
hey, I'm committing to you, I want to get married, but this is what you look like. There are a lot of people like,
So this
look,
is
that's
starting
the
to
idea of, like-
this is starting to filter into real dating. So with
Yeah.
like filters and AI now,
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
people do not look like, and then they meet up in person. And there's been many stories for both, but mostly guys walking away because it's like, no, you don't look like, and it feels like it's a form of catfishing.
that doesn't feel like anything new. That's been a
Sure.
thing for a while. Where
That's true.
like
Well,
somebody,
all
you,
of
you
online
post
dating.
like old
Yeah.
pictures.
yeah,
where
exactly.
You're
You
like,
post
when
old
you're
pictures
younger.
before you were depressed, and then during depression.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's true. I have to update mine. They're old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would happen if somebody saw you from your dating profile currently?
Oh, they'd be like, wow, you look so much better. Oh, wow, you got that dad bod going. I love it. Dad bods are in right now.
they are in. That's true.
Well, Pat
Pat Mahomes.
He's getting roasted, bro.
He's leading the dad bod.
He's
trend.
getting roasted.
But like we talked about,
Yeah.
that's actually better for a football player. You don't want to be.
You need that padding.
You need padding.
You're getting hit. You don't want to be
It's not like
super
he's,
skinny.
It's not like he's
or
fat or anything,
Right.
or like
He's like perfect weight.
he's like he's like a normal.
He's a normal.
He's a normal weight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
composition.
a healthy weight.
He's not fat, but like we said, you don't want to be ripped because when you get hit, it's just bones and organs instead of a little bit of
Patrick
flubber.
Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes, yeah.
The one with the
quarterback.
crazy wife?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Brittany?
and the crazy brother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jackson?
I'm doing mine. That's what
Oh,
he does,
I
right?
fucking hate
That's,
that
his,
shit.
that's like his actual TikTok.
Yeah.
It's like this weird, like, I don't know. I
Dancing? The dancing?
Yeah, the dancing. His
Are
dancing is very weird.
there any other reality shows you guys have ever watched? I know
Do
you've
you
watched a
remember
lot of
like
cooking
what-
shows.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
watch
Oh, yeah.
the one with the bald guy.
Top Chef?
Not Top Chef. Was it not Top Chef? Yeah, maybe.
Top Chef was Tom Colicchio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on Bravo, right?
Yeah, that was Top Chef.
But the
I saw a few
the
seasons
first
of that.
the first reality show that I think you and I got hooked on because of our cousin Tashana
yeah.
was America's Next Top Model.
Yeah, we watched that whole season in a
Yeah,
day.
and it was just fascinating because it was like
Boobies?
the chaotic like drama that was brought up. And
Is that the Tyra
yeah,
Banks?
yeah, it was
Yes.
the Tyra Banks one. Before is she canceled?
She should have been.
I don't know.
I think for some of her
I don't know if
stuff
she's
on that
canceled
show, right?
or if she's just kind of like fallen into.
Who knows? Everyone's
Nothing.
canceled. I'm canceled. With my bald head.
and then a lot of cooking shows like Hell's
Yep.
Kitchen, Kitchen Nightmares.
Kitchen Nightmares, I think the original was really, really good.
Yeah.
The current stuff, the revitalization stuff, it's just Fox cashing in quick as
Sure.
possible. Like Kitchen Nightmares used to be when he first did it in the UK, Gordon Ramsay, he would go for like a good week and a bit. You know, and there would be you would see actual development of him working with the sous chefs, head chefs, really kind of digging into the problems. The most recent Kitchen Nightmares on Fox,
2 or 3 days.
not even a day, it feels
Yeah.
like.
Oh,
He's there
shit.
literally
Like
they've
30
done-
minutes?
Like basically he's just like bam, 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 bam. Like, and it's because of how much he's trying to shoot and bank and make
Yeah.
content. Like
Well, versus
yeah.
like the British version, and this is a good like segue into the styles of how reality shows are kind of shot. That original Kitchen Nightmares in the UK was shot like a documentary.
Yeah.
Right? And you
Yeah.
could tell that there was a lot of stuff and there was a lot of things where he was interacting with them that wasn't on camera. And you could feel that versus like everything on the Fox version. Everything you see
just chaos.
is all their interactions. There are no other interactions.
Yeah.
And you've even heard that from contestants being like, yeah, it was great to work with Ramsey when he was around, but like that wasn't very often.
All the interactions are A block, B block.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
It's
get
very
some
segmented.
B-roll.
It's super-
and
It's
I
a
think that's the
production
difference.
day. Yeah.
That's the difference where like reality back in the early 2000s or when reality was first starting was like, let's gather a bunch and then we figure out the edit. And there are still some reality shows like that. Survivor, for example, like they shoot a lot. And
Love
then
Island
they're-
feels like that, right?
Love Island, they're shooting a lot, but even that is
I feel like there's a lot left on the cutting room floor.
there's a lot
right?
left on the cutting room, but there's also, they have their segments of like, now we're taping, now we're not. Right.
Oh,
And it's
okay,
just
yeah,
similar with Survivor too. But
Those
there
poor
is a
editors,
lot.
man.
There's an army of editors.
I would hope so.
They
I would
have
hope so.
30 editors.
Yeah, I would hope so.
That are
That's
working
a
on
lot
it.
of
And like
stuff.
each segment they shoot, they have like 4 editors working on immediately, and they're
Yeah.
turning that stuff around quickly. But it is interesting where it is more stylized in like The Bachelor, for example. Like most of those, they will have those conversations and then they'll frame them up and reshoot it and they'll rewrite their speeches so it's a little bit more seamless and conversational.
It's not
So it
reality
is-
anymore.
I remember
it is interesting how
one of the
staged
first
it is.
when I first moved to LA, one of the first like side gigs that I got, I was helping out a buddy and his like producer friend. They were pitching, they shot a pilot and they were pitching a reality show around strippers. So they were like, "Oh, would you be interested in like just helping us cut the pilot?" And this was my first year or two here in LA, and I remember because I'd never cut reality before then.
Sure.
And I still haven't actually cut really much reality since then, thankfully. But I remember they were going through all the footage, and I was sitting with them, and we're like looking at everything. And as we were watching the footage, a lot of it was like the first time I'd seen it with them, and I realized like they were reshooting interactions and things, and that's when it dawned was like, oh. Yeah, they redo some of the conflicts, and even in some of that footage, you could see like they would ask some of the cast like, "Hey, can you just kind of like do that again really quick? Like really go back to the moment that happened." And you could see the frustration because like you're asking them to like redo or re-talk about X,
real
Y, and Z,
moment,
a real
and now you're
moment.
acting it.
Yeah.
Especially shows with cutaways where they have like POVs or interviews
Yeah.
or stuff, which a lot of them do. All that stuff is like, shoot it this way, shoot it this way, shoot it
Yeah.
this way, with more happiness, more sadness, stern. You know,
There's a
not
piece
reality
piece on I remember in Love Is Blind where they're doing like the confessional camera or the after interview thing or whatever, and this one guy I forget what the situation or how he got to it, but he gives this like sad monologue. And then like the cameras kind of pause and stop, and then he like looks up and like kind of breaks the fourth wall almost, where he's like to the producers like, "Hey, can we like redo it? Let me add some teardrops." And they kept it in the final edit just to like show
that's
how
hilarious.
this guy
Just
is
to
or
shit on
whatever.
him,
And I was like, "Whoa!" Like kind of intense.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, reality's fascinating. The producers have a lot of power, especially when you're shooting so much. People talk about like, I got a villain edit, I got a hero edit. And it's like, if you shoot anyone over X amount of time, you're gonna have a lot of good and a lot of bad. And it really is dependent on the producers and the editors to be up to them of like how they want to present things. Because you, as a viewer, you can only see what is on the final product, but you can't see any maybe of all the other stuff that's kind of around it, which is pretty fascinating. Moving on from reality.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, thanks.
Speaking of
Take the
reality,
headsets off.
right? Food.
I hate
Oh, what a
You know?
segue.
Food is a important part for everyone. You know, everyone has to eat food.
I'm a
But
breatharian.
I'm curious, right? So you guys know recently I have given up sweets, desserts over the last 50 days or so. I haven't had a dessert. And it made me think, right, that people do lots of dietary things all the time. You know, some people will
Tell
be
me
like,
about it.
I'm going to like eat no processed food for a few weeks or fuck it, I'm going to have a jar of Nutella every night for a week straight.
With peanut butter pretzels.
Specifically peanut butter pretzels?
You know, so remember
Which
Oh,
brand?
the salt and the sweet.
The salt and sweet, but it's
Yeah.
like the pretzel like outer, and then it's inside is peanut butter.
Yeah.
And you just dunk that in Nutella. It's diabetes 101. It's amazing.
Diabetes 101.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, right, there are different phases I think we all go through with our eating habits
For sure.
and everything. And I'm curious, like when you guys are trying to do healthy eating or when you find yourselves just kind of like, man, you know, time passes and like I've eaten McDonald's for 2 straight weeks. How do you guys assess? How do you kind of get to like a net neutral and like when do you decide to go one way or the other?
It's a really good question.
It's actually pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I think it's based on time of year.
Sure.
And I think like it's a general thing I think for most people. You know, it's if we start January is typically the month where you're like, I'm gonna do X, Y, and
Yeah.
Z. This
New
is gonna
year,
be
new me.
Yeah, new year, new me. You know, and like most people, I think like get through the month, and then February kind of reassess and adjust it, and then you're getting into early spring, start of summer. So you're like, oh my god, I gotta have that summer bod. So like, there's that re-pickup or revitalization. I think maybe around April, May, and then the summer's like summer, July 4th. Vacations, that type of thing, so you kind of fall off. Then it's like, oh shit, the holidays are coming, so there's another like peak probably around the fall time where it's like, let me just kind of get some in there. Then you get into like October and like the kickoff of
all goes
Halloween
to
and the holidays and the stress of for the holidays.
Yep.
And then you start right back up in January.
Yeah.
So
honestly,
really time of year.
yeah, I think there's actually been studies on this. Most people gain their weight around the holidays.
Yep.
And we gain weight over time because you don't lose all the weight that you gained.
Yeah.
And so it's like this.
Right. It's
You know?
like a slowly rising kind of
with
graph.
plateau peaks and
Yeah.
valleys. It's a good question. Honestly, I think it's different for everyone. I think if you look at the Gen Pop, it probably follows a very similar pattern to that. I mean, for me personally, it's kind of random. Like I'll go hard for a few months and then I'll fall off for a few months.
Yeah.
So it's my later years I've realized you have to be balanced.
Right.
I know I can be very disciplined and strict, but there's always a rebound.
Right.
And so over the years of doing it, it's not going extreme is the way to do it. And it's to find your balance. For me, it's like not cutting anything out. It's there are going to be days and weeks where you go overboard.
Right.
And you just got to come back. You got to find a normal and you have
Yeah.
to try and come back to it. Sometimes you do gain and you do need to maybe have a little bit of discipline to come back down, you know. But it's really finding your own set point, your own style, right? So like for you, for instance, you're cutting out sweets, and I think everyone should try that. Try cutting out things that you try it once, because it's like, how do I react? But then also know that it might not be sustainable. So
It's definitely not.
and
right?
so when you come back to it, when you pull it back, it's like, okay, so I experienced this time with no sweets. I learned some stuff. I'm bringing sweets back in. How do I incorporate it back into a style of eating that I'm comfortable with, where I don't go overboard?
I think for me, you have to be very intentional about everything that you do, right? Because I think as soon as you become passive about what
Yeah,
you eat
it
and
can
how
go
you
off.
eat,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden you blink and you're like,
I'm 20 pounds overweight.
right?
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
just had like I don't know what I just did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think for me, like giving up the desserts, it's allowing me to reset, and then when I come back,
Be intentional.
yeah, and then when I come back, I want to be really intentional about like, when am I going to have a dessert, right? What's coming up, right? Am I hanging out with the family and we're going to be doing something? Or
Yeah.
are we going to
Don't
this
blame
like,
us for
fancy
sugar.
restaurant? No, I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying, like, you know, when you're together and it's like
Yeah,
someone's
it's more
birthday,
relaxed, yeah.
or like, you
Birthdays,
know,
yeah.
or you're,
Yeah.
or it's
Celebrations.
whatever.
Celebrations.
Yeah,
Come
it's
together
like,
to celebrate.
It's 4th of July, right?
Yeah.
Or it's
Thanksgiving.
Halloween, or you know, whatever it
Christmas.
may be.
A
Yeah.
birthday.
So it's like
Tuesday.
It's almost like kind of, okay, this is the week of Thanksgiving. I know I'm going to eat some desserts on Thanksgiving, and being intentional of like, okay, I'm going to give myself half of one slice of pie and another half of another slice of pie, and that's going to be my dessert. And like really trying to just be intentional and strict about it versus just being like, yeah, I'm going
La-di-da.
to try every dessert, and
Yeah.
then I'm going to have seconds of my favorite. And,
Yeah.
you know.
So to
eat until I
emphasize my
pop.
point, I've
Yeah.
been using a smart scale. I didn't realize since 2014, 13.
Holy shit.
And
that's over 10 years.
You can see like the trend
yeah.
where, like I say,
Same.
you start January,
Yeah.
you go and you dip. March or May, June kind of creeps back up, and then there's a dip again in like September, October, and then a peak
Yeah.
in November, December.
Interesting.
And like it's for the most part, there are a couple of like outlier years here and there, but for the most part, that's pretty much like the trend, right?
Yeah.
That's
there.
crazy. You have over 10 years of data.
I know.
That's
That's
insane.
That's kind of nutty.
no,
you should sell that.
But that's just leading too, because you put on muscle as well, and that's going to mess with your weight.
yeah, for sure.
$500,000. You can have that data.
For you guys, you know, last thing on food, what is the
My favorite food.
well, what's the hardest food for you to kind of balance in life, right? Like, is it sweets? Is it bread? Is it like rice? Is it
I'll go first
Yeah.
on this one, because this one is actually fascinating. So for me, it was chocolate, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much anything chocolate, but mostly like Lindt chocolate.
Sure.
So I went kind of backwards on this. For 3 months, I had Lindt every single day,
Jesus.
and it lost its appeal. So I no longer crave it at all. I can go weeks without it. I'm like, because I had it every day, I took it off the shelf. And I think a lot of food and what we think is bad is because we think we shouldn't have it, and it creates this like
Power dynamic.
psychological
Yeah.
craving, a
Yeah.
subconscious craving. And so by having it every day for 3 months, yes, I gained weight. But guess what? I no longer want it or crave it. I'll have it occasionally, and I can walk away. I'm like,
Christian,
okay.
I would love you to try and actually sell this as an idea.
This is, but this is not. There's a program. It's called intuitive eating.
Oh, wow.
The idea around it is that you deny nothing. You just be mindful. Like, so you chew your food.
Yeah.
Do not eat in front of a TV. That's part of the other thing too. We eat too quickly. We're distracted. We don't savor the flavor. So we reach for more and more and more. Whereas if we just chew our food and sit in the moment with our food, we would eat less automatically.
I don't think I ever eat without
Same.
watching something.
Same.
I'm like a toddler.
So
I think,
you
I think
you
it's
should try
it's
it.
become the new norm for
Yeah.
everybody.
100%.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I have a living or a dining room,
Yes,
a
you
nice
do.
table
Right there.
Yeah, and this is where I primarily eat. This on this couch.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
totally.
In fact, this coffee table pops up solely so you have a table.
Well, we have the same thing.
Do you have like a bib? I can see you. Like
I
that.
thought about it. Like like sometimes I'll sit with like a pillow on top and then a thing. They sell like hard top pillows.
Yeah.
Right.
Genius.
It's a thing.
I think for me, like the reason I eat so often in front of the TV is because it's like I feel like this need to consume not just food but content as well, right?
Yeah.
That you're not falling behind on content. I gotta watch this show. I gotta watch this trailer. I gotta watch this.
That's crazy.
Breakdown of this level for this video game that I'm playing or whatever it may be. And
I'm sorry. What?
you guys don't.
No, I just beat the game.
I
know
start
for a
over.
fact
What things
that
have I
on
done?
that Star Wars, the Jedi Survivor sequel,
Oh, you had to
you
watch
were
that.
stuck on that boss forever.
Ooh. Was it the second to last boss?
Yeah.
Did I lower the difficulty too? Because I was like,
you
fuck
lowered it.
this.
You lowered it to
Story
like
mode.
you lowered it
Yeah,
like all the way.
Because
To
I was
the
like, this
bottom.
is stupid, and I don't care that much.
So, speaking of content, we're in the summer, right? It is July. We're almost in the middle of July.
Dude, we're like almost halfway done summer.
Yeah.
Like,
Summer goes
We're
quick.
over halfway through the
When
year.
you're an adult, summer
Yeah.
goes really fast.
Yeah.
And
Haven't done
but
anything.
it's summer and it's a big summer season for movies.
First one in a while, right?
First one in a few years, probably since Barbenheimer in 22, 23. And
That was 23.
23, I think.
Holy
yeah.
shit, that was 2 years
2 years ago.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of movies that are coming out and they're making money, right? You've had F1, you've had Jurassic World, you had Sinners a few months before.
Wait, Jurassic World actually made money?
I have the actual numbers here. So Jurassic World opened July 2nd, and so far it has made $409.2 million worldwide.
Is that the number one for the summer so far?
For the summer, yeah, if you count the summer since like June.
Yeah. Okay.
Then I think the number one movie of the year financially so far is the Minecraft movie.
Yep. That made what?
Over a
800
billion.
million? Oh, over a billion.
And
Jeez.
the other movie is Lilo and Stitch.
Oh.
The
what,
live action remake.
800 or something?
No, that's over $1 billion.
Over $1 billion. Wow.
Yes.
Jeez.
Made a lot of money.
Movies are back.
Movies
are back,
movies-
which makes sense because there's more people going to the theater for it.
Movies are making money. Superman just opened this weekend. That's already off to a good start.
What's that at?
That's at 96.5 million. That's just for Thursday night and Friday.
Oh,
that's
really
not
good.
Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
So they were projecting about 120 million domestically
For the opening weekend?
for opening weekend, which would be only the third $100 million domestic this year.
Is
behind
Superman
Minecraft
showing
and
in
Lilo and
China,
Stitch.
or do you know?
I think so. I'm not 100%
I would imagine
sure.
that
though.
would be one of Warner Brothers movies to put out there now.
But movies are back, right? This used to be a movie and TV podcast, and I think we've talked
In our
about
olden
this.
days.
We talked about this before, but because of that, like drive for content, it almost made content a little less.
Stale.
It made it harder for
Are
us
you
to
about to
necessarily
pitch
enjoy
us
it.
going back to movies
No,
and
not
TV
at all.
shows?
Not at
Oh,
all.
God.
It's just funny. I remember like our early LA days together.
Sure.
We would be going to like multiple movies on the weekend. We would see a lot of content together, and I know both of you guys don't really go to the movies anymore.
I haven't seen a movie in theaters, I think, at all this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Same.
really different. So I'm curious with like, hearing the buzz around some of these movies, some of these bigger IPs coming back, like a Superman, a Fantastic Four coming in a few weeks, the really good buzz around Sinners and F1, a new Jurassic Park movie. Has that changed your guys' mind at all of like, oh, maybe I want to see a movie in the theaters again?
I don't know if it's because, like, obviously I'm traveling a lot for work now.
Right.
And I think that plays a big factor where it's like, because I'm traveling for work a lot, I'm seeing a lot of people, I'm around people a lot. There's this weird thing where I just don't want to be in a theater with people. Because like last year in 2024, and more I should say in 2023, like 2023 is like really when people are going back to the theaters, I
Right.
think. And like these really bad habits in theaters sprung up where people are on their phone, people are loud, people are having conversations, and there was no longer like a quiet space to like watch a movie.
Sure.
Very
and it
distracting,
became
yeah.
like a hassle to watch a movie because it was more like, what annoying thing is going to happen that's going to take me out of it?
Right.
And then, and to the point, like back then, like, the movies weren't that good.
Right.
Like they weren't that interesting where I was like, wow, I really like was in it. And that kind of put me off. And I think because of that, because there have been like, there's a ton of movies like I do want to see. Like I do want to see the F1 movie. I do want to see Sinners. I do want to see Superman. Like Lauren has never really been one to like go to movies. And like, that's just her thing. And she wants to go see Superman. I'm like 90% sure we're not seeing Superman in theaters. That's funny.
We all wanna go see it. We're not
We
seeing it.
want to see it, but there will be this thing where it's like, do you want to like go and have to sit near people? Do you want to have to like?
It's because you guys live in LA, so movie
Yeah.
theaters get packed. Where I live in Denver,
It's empty all the time.
you just pick the right day at the right time because I
Yeah.
work nights. It's easy. I'll get like a whole row to myself usually in IMAX.
Nice.
So the movie experience I think is very dependent on where you are. Like
Yeah.
you guys are still in the
Congested
homeland.
packed.
We're in
the
a dense
homeland of
city
movies.
too. Yeah.
Well, the homeland of movies, too.
But,
right?
like,
It's
but
a
my
big
thing
deal.
there was like, it's not I don't want this to come across like, oh my god, being around people is. Ugh. It's more
It
just
is.
it's the inconsiderate people or the people that are like, I have to be on my phone. I have to have.
Yeah.
I have to
Any
take this
distraction.
FaceTime call in a theater.
Yeah.
Our people's attention spans have gone to dog shit.
Yes.
But during COVID, people doom scrolling. So the short form content has ruined movies for a lot of people where they're like, I need 12 things going. And that's
I
not
think
good.
so. I go to the movies a lot. I go almost
do.
like 3-4 times a week. And I think it just depends on the times that you go, right? So I try to go to a lot of like Thursday night showings, like opening nights. And I do find the audience for those movies are typically a little bit better behaved because I think people that probably end up trying to go for those movies care about those movies. They're like there. They want to kind of be focused in. There's also just different movie theaters. Like I don't go to any movie theaters in downtown because anytime I've gone to a movie theater in downtown, there's a lot of people who are very distracted with young families for whatever reason, with kids running down the aisle.
it's like a Chuck E. Cheese.
I try to avoid the IMAX at Universal. Like that's another one where I think there's a lot of families and stuff. There's a lot of people from
Well, it
the
makes
theme
sense.
parks
It's
coming
Universal,
in.
like City Walk and
Yeah,
everything.
so like I try
Yeah.
to go to Burbank. Or I try to go to the Grove or the Americana, where it's just a little bit. It's like the audience is a
Americana.
little bit better.
I know, that sounds so
the
pretentious.
Americana.
Bougie.
You know which theater I hate? The one at the Grove. I don't like that one.
The AMC.
Yeah.
it's nice. Oh, have you been since it's been an AMC?
Yeah, I went once or twice.
It's
I just don't like
nicer.
the area because like the parking down there is such a pain.
The Grove parking is a little bit of a pain.
Yeah. Plus pretentious dickheads walking around
Well, that's
there.
LA though.
Yeah. Burbank is pretty good.
Burbank's pretty. I also like Burbank because there's 3 theaters within walking distance.
That's
AMC's
also true.
in particular.
Yep.
Which is nice. Like they have the big one, the 16.
Yep.
They have the one in the mall, which is the 8, and they have another one that's like right behind the 16, which is a 6 screen, which I like. But it's like one of those smaller theaters that people don't really go to. But again, it's nice for like, hey, I want to go see like the Phoenician Scheme. Let me go.
The fuck
see
is that?
the new Wes Anderson movie?
Oh, I hate that man.
I hate that man.
I mean, he's not as loud. Like,
Quirky ass motherfucker.
he's not as loud as Tarantino, but I just don't. His style is just too quirky.
It's not for you.
That's fair.
You know, it's like old school David Lynch. I'm just gonna be weird to be weird.
But it's interesting you guys, feel distracted at the theater because I actually found the opposite of like I feel more distracted at home trying to watch a movie. In terms of like when I sit down.
I never said home was.
Oh
the
no,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
But I think when it's just hard for me to sometimes watch a movie for the first time at home.
Yeah.
Where maybe because again I live in downtown, it's just louder. There's just more
Probably.
distractions and stuff around. Your phone, like this phone
you
culture
know what,
of
you know what you
gotta
should
check my phone or
try.
whatever.
You should try a VR headset, like legit, like a Quest or something
Yeah.
that have like the Netflix or like the movie app thing.
Yeah.
Because you obviously when you're in the headset, you could easily turn all your notifications off.
Right.
Or if you do a Quest, you won't get any notifications. And then you can be in like your own private theater.
Right.
I've actually
Interesting.
I was considering the
Apple.
Apple headset because they have like a good movie mode thing in there.
Yeah.
But again, it's part of the Apple ecosystem, and you can set it up for like getting texts and things. And knowing me, I would end up being distracted and be like, "Oh, I'm texting whoever,
Right.
or calling and doing other things." But
Right.
I think the VR headset might. I think about it, might be like the way to go.
Cut off
Either
all
that,
distraction.
or I convince someone to just build a proper theater in this house.
That's the dream, right?
Right?
Your own
That's
private
always the
theater.
dream. Yeah. Have like a legit theater.
So,
in
Rabbit,
here.
you said Superman is like probably the top one you want to see.
That
That's
one,
in theaters
that
still.
and like Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Like I definitely think those are the two for this year where it's like, oh, I think those would be the ones to see. The other thing about movies, and then I think it's the fault of social media and like influencers and being
Sure.
the first on the internet, it's like you just see the spoilers.
Yeah.
Like you see all the hidden whatever things or the big twists. Like not even like big IP now, but it's like movies that have like interesting story, whatever, they'll just give you the whole plot in
Right.
60 seconds or less.
right, Sinners, for
I haven't
example.
seen Thunderbolts, and I'm pretty sure I know that whole movie
Same.
because of social media.
Because
and,
yeah.
and marketing, right? Like there's
And some
a big
marketing aspects,
marketing
yeah.
aspect of that.
Yeah,
that
the
did
whole
spoil
idea
the
behind
movie.
Thunderbolts.
Yep.
Like I know this, and everyone knows it, but like it wasn't even a week, and then they had the name
It was like
reveal.
3 days.
Yeah, and it's like, well then, all right.
What's the fuck?
I know
don't
someone
feel-
would
I
complain.
have less incentive to go see this movie now. Yeah.
It is
And
on
did
Disney
not-
Plus.
It did not do well. It's on Disney Plus?
It is on Disney
Oh,
Plus.
yeah. Still.
We could watch it today outside and not pay attention to it.
Perfect.
Thunderbolts was actually very good. It was one of the
I
best
heard.
Marvel movies I've seen in a long time. Didn't
heard.
make much money.
It did not.
Is it better than Guardians 3?
It's just different.
Okay.
Guardians 3 is like the culmination of and it's a pretty good end to a trilogy.
Did you speak about Superman and Guardians?
Sure.
Did you see what Gunn recently said about the whole Marvel thing and the Infinity Stones?
No.
Oh.
There was an interview he did where they were asking about how, I forget which Infinity Stone set. They asked him something about the Infinity Stones and how basically he just kind of threw an idea out that he thought of 2 seconds before. And it is what kind of has been littered into some actual lore of the MCU. And he's like, that's just kind of how Marvel is. Like, they'll just throw ideas out real quick. Kind of,
What's wrong with it?
ending, like adding on to the whole thing that like Marvel, like his big comparison between like Warner Brothers and how Marvel operates is like Marvel is announcing things without stories and concepts.
They're shooting
like that.
movies without scripts?
I mean, there's already been a few shows that have made fun of that. Like there was the that HBO show with Himesh Patel. What was that? It was called like The Franchise or something.
Oh yeah.
That like makes fun of the MCU completely. The studio made fun of like superhero movies and IP stuff. I mean, they made the freaking Kool-Aid Man in that show. You also have to remember like he's super bitter towards Marvel because they fired him between Guardians 2 and 3 and then rehired him after the public pressure and all that stuff. So
Damn.
no surprise there. So movies are back. You guys maybe won't go to the movies. Christian, what's your number one that you want to see this summer if you could only go see one?
Yeah, I think it's F1.
Yeah.
You sold me on it.
Yeah.
It's going to be one I was going to wait for, but the fact that Sahara was like, it's one of the best IMAX movies I've ever seen. And I like, F1's, that's like a IP? That's not the right. It's a
sport.
Subject matter that
a sport.
I have dabbled in.
You're an F1 driver?
Yeah, I have actually driven. No.
He's one of the 20 fastest drivers in the world.
Actually, you know what? Sorry, you know what? I just realized you were talking about your PC, that behemoth of machine. With
Yes.
what is it? Dual fucking 490s. You should make a racing sim.
Make a racing sim, or just buy one and.
Well, no, buy one, but then you have a
I see.
machine.
Make a rig or whatever.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
rig.
yeah.
That's what you should do.
Oh my God.
You have the space.
That's how-
Hell, you have the space. Actually, you have an entire empty room. You should make a home
Empty.
theater,
You haven't been over in a while.
Oh.
It's my gym as well.
bro. But you could make like a legit home theater.
I could. There's
should.
a lot of things I could do, but yeah, probably F1. And then
I mean, it's essentially
you sold me on Superman.
It's Top Gun Maverick in cars.
Exactly.
I mean,
I think
almost to a
and,
T.
And the fact that if it does well enough, there's a Days of Thunder F1 crossover potential with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt racing each other. That's hilarious.
No, Tom Cruise is. I mean, that might be after this one, but Tom Cruise's next movie will be in space.
Well, he wants to work on with Michael B. Jordan in space. He's also working on Top Gun 3.
Why? What happens in Top Gun 3? North Korea comes in next?
Probably, but who knows?
He works
They're
for
always
Trump?
unnamed countries.
Are they?
Yeah, they never.
No, wasn't the last one in 2? It was the Koreans?
Nope. They never name a country. They are very careful about this.
Really?
They also got rid of the Singapore patch on the flight suit because that would anger China.
Yeah.
Very careful in the second one not to
Tom Cruise is always
piss
thinking.
off anyone.
I don't think it's Tom Cruise.
It is. Have you never heard about the Tom Cruise production stuff? He is not just lead actor. He is head
Yeah.
writer. He is director. He is cinematographer.
He's the LeBron
He
James
is everything
of movies.
of
Yeah.
movies. He's
the
like, I will
GM,
touch
the
everything.
star.
You could put your name on it, but I'm doing it.
Yeah.
He's
very
stunt
hands-on.
coordinator. Yes,
Very hands-on.
and that's why some people hate working with him.
Say what you will.
That sounds terrible.
The movies get done.
They
Some
do get
people have
done.
credited him with saving the movie industry during COVID.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's told the story that basically all the studio heads were like talking, like, what should we do? And he lied.
Yeah.
And said, oh, we're going to start shooting Mission Impossible again.
Yeah.
We have these COVID restrictions. And they're like, oh, well, you're shooting? Okay, we'll get ours together too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So he
just lied.
He just lied. Yeah. He didn't lie.
I mean,
he just
it's
exaggerated.
not the worst thing.
No.
I have
don't
a
know.
respect for Tom Cruise in terms of just like,
I don't like him, but I respect
he does seem
him.
like a dick.
Yeah.
He does seem like an asshole, but he gets shit done.
I mean, I just don't like him because of his like association with the Church of Scientology.
yeah, that's, oh yeah.
Like that
100%.
stuff is like he could do whatever in the movie industry. I can't separate like he does have ties to the
Yeah.
that nut job and like that entire scary space and
I do think he is overrated as an actor too.
Oh, big time.
People were like, he's like the greatest actor of our generation. I was
No.
like,
He plays the same character in every single movie.
He's the greatest movie maker of our generation.
The only
But actor?
role where it stands out and it's wildly different from all the others.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
Is
Tropic
from
Thunder.
Tropic Thunder,
Yeah.
where he plays the
Les
fat
Grossman.
executive.
Yeah.
That's true Tom Cruise.
aren't they making a Lex Grossman movie?
Allegedly, yes.
Yeah.
But the director of Top Gun Maverick, who also did
Amazing.
F1.
Hopefully they
Amazing.
get the cinematographer too, because that would be
That's
overkill.
awesome.
Same cinematographer as F1, by the way.
Well, yeah.
love
I'm
it.
excited for you guys to see some movies this summer.
We'll see if it
Let me know
happens.
if you guys see them.
Yeah.
They didn't.
So, speaking of summer, we're halfway through summer. Are there any goals you guys have for your summers? Things, projects, personal projects, things that you want to do or see, anything at all that you just kind of want to put on record and be like, yeah, I'm going to
Nothing I want to put on record.
I'm going to grow a goatee this summer.
No. Yeah. No,
I'm gonna pick a Creed's goal from The Office to do one perfect. Was it handstand or roll? What's the thing called where you do a roll?
Cartwheel.
The perfect cartwheel.
The perfect cartwheel.
That's my goal for this summer.
Damn, son.
The perfect.
Don't you have back pain?
I do. Oof. Yep.
Yeah,
That'll
yeah.
hurt.
Now
I
I'm
like
gonna have
that.
neck pain.
Oh,
Hey,
boy.
then you'll forget about the back pain.
Exactly. That's how
Yeah,
that
there you
works.
go. Yeah. Overpower. Yeah. Yeah. No. Nothing I want to put on record.
No goals, like you don't want to grow
I
your
have
hair
goals,
back.
but yeah, no. Here's the thing, right? About goals. As soon as you put them out there, for me, if I do it, they don't get done.
Interesting.
Isn't
So I
it-
keep them
actually,
secret.
to round it back out to your early conversation around food and things, don't they say when you start a diet or something, you shouldn't tell people?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't help you succeed because then you're adding the pressure.
A lot of people project.
Yeah.
And you unconsciously take on those projections. And
Yeah.
it makes your goal harder.
Yeah.
So
It depends. Some people like the pressure, though, right? Some
True.
people rise to
Some
the
people need
occasion.
the pressure.
So what goal are you putting out there that we can pressure you on?
Let's see. My goal. I'm gonna get another tattoo this summer. Yeah, that's my goal.
Damn,
you should
son.
get a face tattoo like Mike Tyson.
I'm not gonna get a face tattoo.
You should totally do a face
I
tattoo.
have no desire.
How about a neck tattoo?
No,
Put
no
in the
desire.
comments what tattoo should Juna get.
I want to get a little Ohm symbol right here on my wrist. I think that'll be my next one.
Wow. Religious nutcase.
And so when I go to the temple, they know I'm real.
Nice.
It's the only reason I have one.
Here's my badge.
Here's my badge.
Yeah, sir, this is a Buddhism temple. That still would work.
Sir, this is a McDonald's.
Do I get my free sandwich?
Yeah.
This is my free.
Well, I think that's going to do it for us today. Here on
Ooh-wee.
Was It Good?
That was a meaty one.
I'm going to nominate one of you for the podcast. And the way I'm going to do it is you guys are going to play rock, paper, scissors, shoe. Best of three. Whoever loses
Best
has to
of one.
host.
Best of one.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
One, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. So
You have to host.
the loser host.
Loser host.
we were planning to not host. That's it. Fair enough. Okay.
Sweet.
Well, get ready for the opposite of this pod.
This podcast will be back whenever the hell we feel like it.
This is
be back.
true.
It's gonna be challenging.
I think
with all
it
the
might
travel.
honestly be end of August, September.
Yeah, we could recap if
We'll
you
do it
guys
back-
saw any movies. over the
No.
summer.
We'll do it back to school. It'll be September. It's be like, how are we getting ready to go back to school? 'Cause it's
Don't
September.
start. Every time I see all of those cool notebooks and stuff, I want to buy them.
You buy them, yeah.
Stationery?
There's a weird fix with stationery.
Back to school technology has really come far.
It has. I'm like, why are these pens so advanced and why do I need them?
You don't, but you will
I don't use a pen.
get them. Yeah.
I'll use a pencil.
Thank you, everyone. That's going to do it for us. You can follow us on our website, right? Still? Maybe? Is this still
I
active?
think- pretty sure it's
Nobody
gone.
ever made a website.
We did have the website.
We did. I think we
Was it
let
good
the
dot
domain
info?
go, so
okay,
we don't
you
have
can follow us
that.
on YouTube, youtube.com/ what's it good? Pod?
Yes.
Pod.
Oh.
On socials, Instagram,
Look up Was It
TikTok?
Good?
Was it good pod?
Sure.
Yeah. Just
There you
look us
go.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your summer. We'll see you maybe at the end of it.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Nice. Nice. Right before one.